Yeah. Hello, guys. Yeah, welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy, Reality Talk TV. Yeah, I greet you at your location time. Yeah, so you are welcome to the platform of true talk and analysis. So, anyway, we are about to start the program now. So, as you can see the title on our screen, so the petition election tribunal court is over with, and the rule on the not on merit, they are just ruling on it technically, and people are saying no, we don't accept that, even including the LP and PDP. They say they are going to the Supreme Court, that is your upper court. So now it's going to another level, that is the big one, so the big show. So as it is going at this the race, this film is going, we will be bringing it to you. This is our own commitment, so we will be bringing it to you as it is coming up, and updating everything that is pertaining to it. We will not let you lack of our news. So anyway, without further ado, if you are first time in our on our program, please share, like, and leave your comment. It's very important. And follow our page. Invite more of your colleagues, your friend, your relative, to come and watch the show. It's very fantastic and very reliable program. So Timo Starboy Channel Blogs on Facebook, on YouTube, Timo Star Channel, Timo Star Reality Talk TV, on our Twitter at Timothy Oladipo 1. So enjoy the show. Let me give you the video. Because LP lawyer, they insist that this thing, they are not satisfied with the outcome of the tribunal. Say there is Ojoro there, so they must go to the upper level, and that is obvious. It's very obvious they must go, because this is the part one, and part two is coming, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be favorite, it's going to be flavor, many things into it. So please enjoy the show. And we have been saying that it's a season film. You can never finish watching it. It's a season film, so serious, so many things into it. So even self, maybe at the end of it, I don't know who is going to be winner, but I know that one day the will of God will prevail, and that is the justice. Justice must prevail for the things to be all right, because now this is what this our judiciary system, it has been so cunning, so ridiculous, so jovial. A lot of things that is not supposed to be happening is happening there, because some people, they have been paying off. Can't you imagine how the rule has gone? How the rule has gone yesterday, that these people, even all the baggages on the neck of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they say they struck the whole things out. They struck the whole petition, they struck it out. They cannot even see the single mistake that this guy did. Even the 460,000 US dollar forfeited, they say it's very okay. The forgery, the certificate forgery, both the Illinois, Chicago University, State of University, they say it's okay to be forgery. Even the birth certificate is okay to be forgery. You can see how our judiciary is moving, how they are driving it. You imagine, because it shocked me as it shocked you. It always shock both of us. So we are just getting interesting on this matter. And the way it's going, it seems that there's no Nigeria. The Nigeria is over. Because the judiciary is not working. The system is bending. They are just bending the system. They are not ruling according to the rule of law, the constitution, 1999 constitution, that is a lawmaker of the state, of the country, that wrote it. And they don't obey that constitution again. They are doing their own constitutional in their own sense, in their own mind. You imagine that. So it cannot work. It can never work that way. So it's just a bunch of ridiculous judges on that seat. Even they even use a virtual word. They use the word that they're supposed not to use inside the court. I mean the judges. They are just using all these unauthorized words that if you use it, ordinary person, it will be in jail. So they can allow them to use so ridiculous word, and others cannot use it. You can see how the whole system is placed out. So this is what we are saying. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, because the rule of law must abide. We must have sense. We must have a respect for it. Thank you, Chris. You are welcome. You are welcome to the platform. So we must have the respect for the rule of law in order to govern the whole country very well. Because this 5 panel of judges, they are the boys of Tinubu. We have seen it all along. They are his puppet. So wherever he drove them to, they will go. They cannot even rule the simple case. This is the most simplest case on earth. They saw the whole things placed out, and they saw all the evidence in front of them, and they cannot even rule. They cannot talk the truth. They cannot let the devil be ashamed. Only one man is just driving them like a cow. It's only one man, and he driving them with a stick in his hand like a cow, and they are following all these people, what we call super judge. We call them high level. So they are just like a baby court, just like a kangaroo court that went out yesterday. It placed out yesterday. They don't even have a sympathy for the citizen. For their citizen. It is only about them, just thinking about their own life. Because these people, if not that they are thinking of themselves, their selfish interests, they should save the country first. Because country is in turmoil, it's in chaos. There should be a reason that if things go wrong in this country, it will affect them too, and affect their family. But they never think so. They just want to be ruling according to their dubious way. Their dubious way. And it shows yesterday. It shows up yesterday. Everything is not covered. Even God so good, they say they will televise the whole thing, and we hear it. This thing we've been fighting for the get-go, for the starting, that they should televise. Let everybody be aware. Let all the citizens know. Don't cover everything. Don't cover anything from them. Be transparent. But they say no, because they want to do their dubious way. They want to cover their own yash, and they know their yash is not covered. Their yash is open for everybody to see. And this is what took place yesterday. So all what they have been concussion, what they have been planning, all what they have been cooking, now everything, the whole smoke just burst out yesterday. Me, I've known everything from the first time that these people, you cannot rely on them. They are human beings. Don't let them rule on your destiny. Don't let them tell you about the way of your life. It is only God can do. It's only God. These people, they are just ordinary human beings. They are ordinary flesh, bone and flesh. They are nothing more than that. They are not super. They are not nothing. They are even you are even great. Your grade is more than them, because you are reasoning in a reasonable way. You have a sense of humor, but they don't have. They don't have anything. All what they have is how to loot money, to take bribe and give justice to the person that justice is not belongs to. They just turn everything upside down, and that is what takes place yesterday. So everybody have seen it, that these people, they are dubious. So anyway, let me show you the video of this the video of lawyer, the LP lawyer, that is Peter Obi, dirty obedience dirty. What I don't know. Anyway, anyhow I pronounce it, because me, I'm not in any party. I just stand for Yoruba nation. So I'm a Yoruba nation because I know Nigeria is not working. We are just deceiving ourselves. We are deceiving ourselves, and the truth has been told. The truth is bitter. When you tell people that they don't want to hear the truth, you tell them the truth, they will be fighting you instead of you to collaborate with you and reason with you. They will be fighting you otherwise. And this thing is not, you cannot fight stupid people. You cannot fight anybody that is already stupid, because you just be two. It will be two of you will be fighting stupidly. So we don't have to argue with them. Let them see through what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria has been collapsed. There's nothing functioning, nothing will rise up. It is only the judge you can get. That is how far you can go on the judgment. You will see all the dubious people that they place there. They just place them as a robot to be just controlling your own destiny. You're supposed not to allow them to control your destiny. It's not so. God has given you your own life. Do your life the way it pleases God. Don't please human being. Human being is just a flesh and bone, and they can disappoint you anytime, at any day. So let me play you the video before I spill all my words. So here is the video.
So what did Peter Villa at the top? Come again.
These are you see, they are the lawyer to the LP.
I'm saying that our clients are dissatisfied with the judgment just delivered. And we have the full instruction of our clients
please share
to challenge the judgment on appeal. And the court has promised us that possibly by tomorrow we are going to get a copy of the judgment. Once we have it, we'll spring into action. Let me say this. We have to be very, very careful in this country. If you are not careful, electoral jurisprudence will virtually disappear. I'm saying this with every amount of sincerity, because when the litigants, when those who contested the election continue to find it very difficult to establish their case due to obstacles.
All right, just the Labour Party Council there speaking moments ago in reaction to today's judgment. As you heard, he says they're not satisfied with the outcome of today's judgment. Let's go back to Chief Robert Clark. If you can hear us clearly, can you confirm that you can hear me? It doesn't seem that he can. Can you hear me, Chief Clark? Okay, great. Please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. You were making a point earlier on the outcome of today's judgment, and I'd also like you to, in addition to your points, react to what the Labour Party Council has just said, that if care is not taken, electoral jurisprudence may just disappear in Nigeria.
Well, I don't know where he launches jurisprudence from, but I can assure you that is a fallen man's tale. These two judgments I have had today are the two best judgments I think this country has ever had. It is a good thing that these two judgments today are being broadcast live so that you and I and those who are not knowledgeable in the law will understand what is at stake in this country. The two judgments have greatly enriched, despite and in spite, and whatever the Labour Party might say, has enriched the jurisprudence of this country. And I can tell you that I can boast of learning tonight what I normally teach my young lawyers, that you win or lose your case on your pleadings. The two judgments today, especially Atiku's case, shows you that pleadings were the cause of the loss of Atiku's case. Their pleadings were rough, their pleadings were inadequate, and the court really, really trashed all of them down on their pleadings. And none of the evidence, manipulated or not manipulated, were unable to enter the records of the court because they lost on their pleadings. So this is a good lesson to young lawyers, that you win or lose your case on your pleadings. Atiku's case was lost on his pleadings. And I also learned from Atiku's case also that the law that says INEC will always enjoy the privilege of the Evidence Act and the presumption that whatever is done is regarded as correct. Look at how that section in Abuja was treated. The court said, look, despite and in spite of the fact that INEC has declared Tinubu winner by virtue of 25% of the 37 states in the Federation. Atiku says he never won 25% states in Abuja and therefore cannot merit that declaration by INEC. But the court said, look, INEC has made it, and by that presumption of correctness on whatever INEC says, you yourself, you have failed woefully to bring any evidence to us that Tinubu never had 25% of Abuja. You are asking us to declare him on the statute level or what? You said he never scored 25%. Where is the evidence to prove the negative of what INEC says? So you can see that pleadings is very important. And these are standard cases that one will always learn from. From the other case of Obi's case, Obi never looked at the circumstances that even if he won this petition today, he cannot be the runner-up. It will still be Atiku versus Tinubu. Because Obi never scored 25%. Atiku scored 25% of the 35 states. So if there's going to be a rerun according to the law, it is Atiku Atiku and Tinubu, right, who will have contested amongst themselves. Therefore, if one listens to this judgment as a lawyer who is ready to learn and who is not depending on facts from which side or not, will learn a lot. I have discovered also that opening these cases, especially these political shakies, to be aired publicly on television, will have made many ignorant people who are biased by political reasonings to have thought otherwise from all propaganda they would have been hearing about this election. The local media and the fake media have gone so strong in this country today that it is difficult to erase any thought, or I wouldn't say, but fortunately, any body of intellect who listens to this judgment will have seen the facts as decided. I am very grateful that we are moving forward in a way that the courts will be aired live like this, so that many people who have not been able to decipher from political jingoism will be able to realize where the element of truth is lying. This is a fantastic judgment. I like it. It goes deep into the facts and goes deep into the law. In the Labour case, it went into a stage that law was able to claim the greater part of the success of Tinubu. Most of the allegations made against him were not proved, and the court was able to show this, that despite and in spite of the allegations of fraud leveled against him, against the allegations of having got to prison, the facts have been very well cleared amongst many Nigerians who through this situation would have seen the truth. Also, the question of the 2 feet of Abuja also showed that Nigeria was not built on technicalities of law. Nigeria was derived and built on justice, fair play, and the court today emphasized that fact, that in deciding matters regarding statutes in the Constitution, one has to be careful to be sure.
Very much.
The paragraphs have been inserted in various districts of the Constitution. Consideration must be given for the welfare of the people and for the social cohesion of this country. This judgment, as far as I'm concerned, has dealt with all the matter raised by all parties and has been taken care of by the panel judges in such a way that a layman who is not a lawyer, but is literate and listening to those two judgments, will know where the facts are, where the law is.
Thank you very much indeed. Chief Robert Clark, let me pause it right there. Thank you very much indeed, Chief Robert Clark. We appreciate your submission tonight. You've really done justice to your submission. And let's get back to the live studio with Adamson. You heard Chief Robert Clark there. He is saying that pleading forms the basis for acquitting or otherwise a client or an appellant. Speak to us about your general overview of how the proceedings went today.
Except that I just had that, in terms of pleading, I'll say that as a matter of fact, you don't win cases in court, you win on the table in your office while preparing your pleadings. Now, if you look at what you transpired today, I want us to understand the fact that there are fundamentals in our electoral jurisprudence. One, the concept of substantial compliance. One, then two, the presumption of irregularity in favor of INEC. Sometimes I wonder when we begin to ask, the INEC is supposed to be an umpire. Now, that when the matter is in court, the INEC will fold his arm and be looking. Now, you've forgotten the fact that the petition that is in the tribunal is against what INEC has done.
Yeah.
So INEC has a responsibility to defend the election it has conducted. And that's what we have seen today. INEC has demonstrated that the fact that, look, we conducted the election in accordance to the law. Exactly. And to that extent, you cannot fault it. Then, the entire judgment of today is based on law. You see, and the fact must be stated today here that the judges are Nigerians. They are not imported from anywhere. Right. So nobody can intimidate them. They are part of us, they are brothers, they are sisters, they are mothers, and they are colleagues. So you cannot intimidate them. So backing on social media to castigate, to harass, to intimidate them will not work. And we have seen it play out today.
All right, we'll just hold your thoughts there. Let's take a look at President Tinubu's reaction from India at the election court's judgment. That's the way the president celebrating the judgment in India. When we talk about pleadings being rough and inadequate, and also speak to us about what that really means to a layman. Rough pleadings, inadequate pleadings.
While preparing your processes, when you take into consideration the vital issues, not irrelevant issues, you see, the laws are there to guide while preparing processes. For instance, in election petition, you are alleging that there are substantial incompliance with the provision of the Electoral Act. Now, the law has provided that if you want to prove non-compliance, what you do is, for instance, you are alleging that in some states that they did comply with the law, or there are electoral violence, or they are origin. All you need to do, you have agents in all these polling units. So you need to bring them to court to testify as to what transpired at the polling units. Not importing people who did not even know what happened at the polling unit. So whatever evidence they give before the court of law will amount to hearsay. So the person who witnesses or who is part of it ought to have been brought to court, before a court of law, to testify as to what they witnessed, not bringing hearsay evidence before the court of law.
Third-party witnesses.
Third party. Somebody saying, somebody told me. So it will not work.
Okay, so let's bring in Professor Anthony Kida, who's just joining us from Lagos. Good to have you on Newsnight tonight. Well, let me quote a text Olisa Makoba just sent to me here, Senior Advocate of Nigeria himself. He says, it's not right that these judges read verbatim the judgment for so long. A summary of key decisions will actually suffice. As far as this is concerned, this really could have taken just 7 days. Help us, understand your thoughts on the length of time that this has taken, and of course the judgment day itself, quite unwieldy. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, good evening. Good to be here. So, I mean, let's start from the judgment itself. It's a very technical judgment. When I say very technical, not intensely or complicatedly technical. I mean, it's more technical than substance, which is the kind of thing you see in these cases. One thing to take away from the pronouncement of their lordship, the key pronouncement is that it tells me that our judicial system needs a big overhaul. Part of the pronouncement shows the lawyers as unprepared. How can you go to a case like this and they're saying things like, you do not have merit in the case, you didn't have local standings, you did not, there's some basic errors that the legal practitioners have committed that really should make the bar to think very much about preparation and professionality. Then we go to the bench. There's no other way to put it, but really, the process, so we've talked about the output, the process in which these judges held Nigerians or those interested for close to 12 hours in court to follow this is, to say the least, ridiculous. It is anachronistic, and it just shows a very big disconnection with the reality of our time. It is enough for them in less than 1 hour to deliver that judgment by saying this petition is rejected or this decision is accepted. One paragraph to explain why, and immediately for them to give the lawyers copies of their judgment to read and the rest of the world PDF documents to download online. They do not need to hold the whole world 12 hours to hear them read what they wrote.
That is Nigeria for you.
In a polite way as I can.
If they want to do their mago-mago,
wrote as if they were not the one that read it, that wrote it.
They will clean their face.
They could not put out the names properly. Their voices were so boring that a lot of people were falling asleep in court and outside court. I do think we need to look at these little things so that our judiciary can stand as a point that not only guarantees justice, but inspires people. Those of us who have studied law, let alone those who have practiced the law, you want to be inspired by judges. They tend to be people of authority, people who are practical, people who are independent, and people who are knowledgeable. But what we see today between the bar and the bench, allow me to say that it does not inspire people. Sleeping lawyers and sleeping and somniferous judges. A process so long, and that is about the process.
Sleeping lawyers
on the process because that's what state precedent. In terms of the outcome,
Nigeria for you.
What we've seen, rather technical. But I blame
so ridiculous.
The bar than the bench on this. I think that somebody needs to tell lawyers that if they go to court with cases that can be dismissed on very predictable technicalities like this, there is something wrong in their preparation.
Well, if you say there's something wrong with the preparation, what do we really also need to look into the provisions of the law so as to understand why certain technicalities really matter in a situation like this, at least for the sake of the layman?
Oh yeah, we need to look at it. I mean, when you look at when we're formulating the law, we need to look at when we're formulating the process for justice. At some point, we need to decide, and it's nothing new. We need to decide that substance needs to trump form at all times. We need to know that the law should not be bigger than justice in whatever we do.
They are just playing games.
Justice should be bigger than law, and we need to
full of playing dirty games.
You see, I go back to the bar needs to understand how justice works. They need to be very conscious of how the lordship act and how they reason, so that when you go to court, what you need to do is not only understand how the justice how the process works. You need to think of people judging you, read about how they've judged other cases in the past, understand their mindset on how they judge things, understand the tradition of the bench, as we say. If you are a practitioner, if you're a legal practitioner that travels across courts, whether in your state or city or across the country, every time you go to a court, you have to adapt your case to that judge you have in front of you, to the bench you have in front of you. And I think it is important for those who are on the bar to tailor their cases to what they're likely to meet, to understand it very well. That's preparation. For the rest of us, you're right. The layman, the citizen, wants justice. The law is the route to justice. It is the duty of the bench and the bar to make sure at all times that law and justice are sync, that you do not lose justice because of law, and justice does not trump upon the law. That is the duty we all have as a people. And above all, leaders should be honest with their followers on what the situation is at all times.
Anyway, yeah, so let me give you another video. The protest of the citizen that they say they don't like the verdict, they don't like the outcome of the case, how the judges, the 5 panel of the judges, collide together and pronounce the case. So they protest on the street of Abuja, So let me quickly give you. This is it. Yeah. I think 4 minutes.
Called President of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what is his business in India? That summit, the G20 summit, will begin on the 9th of September. But he left the shores of this country on the 4th with a bogus entourage, with over 37 ministers and businessmen in chartered jets. That is to tell you that there is a subterfuge arrangement within the litigation that is currently happening. We say no to it. We are aware of how they want to subvert justice, to shortchange the Nigerian people. That is why you see these people here. They will remain here until justice is served to the Nigerian people. A new Nigeria is about to be bettered, and we will not keep vigil for idleness or mediocrity. We will keep vigil for the rebirth of a country that our electoral votes will count in subsequent election. This will be the last election that will be rigged in the history and annals of this country. We say no to electoral robbery. We say no to travesty of justice, and we say no to coup against our constitution. The battle to salvage Nigeria is a battle of no retreat, no surrender, and that is why we are here. Now or never.
We as Nigerians, especially as young Nigerians at this juncture, we are standing here for justice and for righteousness. Proverbs 34:14, righteousness exalts a nation. Sinners as a reproach to a nation. There's a reproach in this country. In a judgment that is so sensitive, a president that is being questionable, people are saying that your election is not credible. You ran away to India to attend the summit. In this time of critical displeasure, we are really disappointed in this nation. But we will uphold Nigeria as Nigeria. We are standing here and we are holding the people to do the right thing.
Nigeria is
because
finished.
if they don't do the right thing, there's a lot of consequences. Young men will not
no Nigeria.
We cannot stand and see our parents manipulated, disfranchised, disrespected, made to be poor intentionally in a nation of plenty. And they want to do it again for the coming generation. I don't know what I'll tell my children. Young men like me behind here. We have work to do. It's not that we are hungry or we are tired talks. The way some people have taken talks to the other side, they allow them to go to the front of the talks. But we are the true Nigerians standing here for the cause of this nation. As I raise this flag, everyone is seeing it. We are starting for righteousness and for justice. And from a small tribe called Hiki, Adamawa State. It is not about tribe, it's not about Yoruba, Kanuri, Uper, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, or anything. It's about Nigerians. Yeah. That every Nigerian should have a country that they are proud of. The whole world is waiting for Nigeria. The next frontier is Africa. Look at how lazy we have become. We are voting leaders that have no sense of direction. Look at the 8 years that was wasted by APC.
Animal leader.
Weak person above the age of 80. Even there is 70 years. Even his own records are not there. Go on the Chicago State University website. The 1979 yearbook has been pulled down. What a disgrace. This is someone that can bribe internationally to cover his tracks of criminality. We'll never accept this kind of thing.
So what should we expect from the court?
We are expecting fair judgment. Total cancellation of the result. Fresh election. That's all. Because all the election result was written. We don't accept all those results. Fresh election. So that Nigerians can know
all over the
they have a country where they listen to the masses and the truth.
Tribunal say okay with it.
Right now the nation is divided up to the bone. We are
shameless country.
And there will be consequences.
Shameless country. Shameless country. Shameless judges all over the place in Nigeria. So my people, you are the judge. Please put your comment. We need your suggestion on this matter, because now as things is going, we know everything is upside down, at the judiciary court. We don't believe in them again. We don't have any trust on them again. They are just doing what devil is sending them to do. They are of their own selfish interests, not the selfish of the country, not to save the country, not to save the citizen. It is only by them. We are all telling you. So put your comment below and let us know how you think. So thank you for watching today. So tomorrow, if you see another update, surely we will bring it to you and enlighten you on that. Okay. Have a wonderful day and week. Bye for now. Bye from me, Timo Starboy Channel Blogs. Take care.